1000万 MLB 翻訳侍戦士チャンネルへようこそ。ドジャースの投手陣に注目が集まっています。山本由伸など主力が故障者リスト入りする中、クレイトン・カーショーの復帰が間近に迫っています。一方でタリク・スクバルなどの補強候補も浮上。トレード期限まで残りわずか、ドジャースはどう動くのか、ポストシーズンを見据えた戦略が問われています。今回はこちらの話題や本日の試合を詳しく解説している翻訳をご紹介いたします。それではご覧ください。
Baseball Night in America, the post-game show. Thanks for hanging with us. We're live at our studios in Los Angeles with Dontra Willis, Chris Mark. What a wild game. And I mean, there were a chance for a lot of hero moments and a series of missed opportunities. In the end, the Dodgers came out on top.
Well, this felt like a postseason matchup, even last night and today. A seesaw battle. Both sides need these ball games, especially the Dodgers. The way they finished the second half of the season, getting beat up in Philadelphia, they needed their stars to step up, and they're starting to step up in the second half. Freddie Freeman gets his foot down last night, and all of a sudden Will Smith gets jiggy today and can have a timely base hit. You need your stars to play well, especially when you need Max Muncy back in the lineup as well as Mookie Betts. So this is a fun postseason type matchup. And for the Boston Red Sox, General, I'm a little concerned because it's the back end of the bullpen. Once again, you know, Jansen's been outstanding, but he blows a save. And if you're having starting pitching issues, you have to be clean in the bullpen in the back end of it. They're fighting for their playoff lives as well. Their offense is clicking, so you have to be able to lock down. I don't care who you're facing. They gave away not one but two big ball games. It's going to be a bitter taste in their mouth tonight.
Yeah, Will Smith, his first walk-off game-winning hit in 2 years. So the Dodgers, two close games that could have gone either way. Tyler O'Neill, whose dad, as they mentioned, Mr. Canada, for being a bodybuilder, looked like it with a two-homer game. It just wasn't enough for Boston. They can't afford to lose games like this to make up ground in the division or also the wild card spot.
Well, he's an important piece because he's protecting Durant in the lineup, but he's hitting in front of Devers. So teams are going to choose to attack him. 15 strikeouts over the last 7 ball games, but when he squares up the baseball, he does a lot of damage. So it was a big factor today. I thought they were going to win this ball game, especially on his back, especially with the muscles. We talked about him earlier in the pregame show. But again, when you score that many runs on the road, you have to come out and pull that victory out, and they just didn't do it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, so many different moments. I mean, Kenley Jansen hadn't given up a home run all year. Dodgers Rojas misses a chance when he has a 2-0
bases
count.
Loaded, all of a sudden hits a comebacker. So there's little nuances, but it is a game of inches. But you're seeing the resiliency of Dave Roberts and this ball club right now. And it's a championship pedigree. They feel like they can win any ball game. Just give us a chance. And they're doing that right now against a very, very good Boston Red Sox team.
And Sunday it'll be up to Crawford and Paxton to decide things in this Dodger-Red Sox series. And so far has been wild. So the Diamondbacks,
oh my goodness,
kept the hit. Yeah, you know what? They made this guy dress up as punishment. He was last in his fantasy football league. We do that around here when somebody makes a mistake. Corbin Carroll with his 6th homer of the season. He is getting hot. The fan went up for the ball, loses the beer. He was okay. Diamondbacks were even better as they shut out the Cubs and they stayed 7 back of the Dodgers. Hottest team in baseball, and O'Neill Cruz helps the Pirates to their 6th straight beating the Phils.
He's an absolute star general. He can square up to baseball. There's not a ballpark in America that can hold him.
4-1 the final. Randy Arozarena with a 2-homer game, and the Yankees lose their 2 back of the O's.
Could be a future Dodger, General. I know you like this over there. But yeah, he's getting his foot down and he squares up the baseball, but I think they might trade him.
A lot of trade rumors 10 days away. How about Jose Canseco?
Jose!
Throwing out the first pitch, the Bash brother, Angels, and look, he's still got
He lived with Tyler O'Neill. He lived for him.
Yeah, Mr. Canada, Mr. A. How about this guy, Brent Rooker?
He's an absolute star, General. He's on everybody's radar right now. He has serious power. I don't think he's going to be...
Happy Sports Saturday. Welcome to another post-baseball edition of Sports Wrap. I'm Gerard Moncure. Joining me once again, Angels broadcaster and baseball analyst Trent Rush. Great way to start the second half of the season, Trent, with Dodgers Red Sox from last night and then this gem that we just saw.
I mean, we saw in 2018, it was 18 innings when we saw that World Series rematch. They get together tonight at the Ravine. It wasn't quite that long, 11 innings, but my goodness, that was some exciting baseball. You knew coming in, this was going to be a big-time matchup. Red Sox, hottest team in the game coming in. The Dodgers, obviously a legitimate contender to win a World Series this year, so these teams getting together to start the second half was just awesome.
Yeah, let's get right to this one. Dodgers opened up the back half with a thrilling win last night over the visiting Sox. Freddie Freeman playing the hero role, crushing an 8th-inning grand slam. This afternoon, rookie Justin Wrobleski making his major league third start for the Blue Crew. Game 2 of the series. After facing 17 hitters, though, Dave Roberts pulls Wrobleski with the Dodgers leading 1-0, going with the analytics. In comes Yohan Ramirez, and it backfires. Corona's Jarren Duran capping off 3 straight hits for the Red Sox. The All-Star Game MVP finding the gap in right center. Ceddanne Rafaela scores. The throw's offline. Rob Refsnyder comes in. With Duran taking third, Boston leads 2-1. Dodgers answer in the 6th. 2 on. Teoscar Hernandez muscles this pitch into the gap in right. Shohei Ohtani scores easily as the throw sails high. Dodgers would add another and lead 3-2 after an Andy Pages sac fly. Red Sox continue to attack that bullpen. Tyler O'Neill smoking a rope down the line off Anthony Banda. That's a 2-run shot. Boston retakes the lead 4-3. So we go to the 9th, and in comes a familiar face, former Dodger closer Kenley Jansen. Kike Hernandez welcomes him back to the ravine with a bang. He hammers the misplaced slider to left for a solo shot, tying the game at 4-4. So we go to extras. In the 10th, O'Neill crushing the Evan Phillips sweeper to left center. That's a go-ahead 2-run bomb. His second homer of the day. Red Sox lead at 6-4. Kike looking to make the play again. Dodgers trailing 6-5. Down to their final strike, and he comes through with the game-tying RBI, and we head to the 11th, tied at 6-6 as he's thrown out at second. They kept Boston off the board in the 12th, and now Will Smith up with the bases loaded, and he drives the Greg Wessert pitch to left field, and that will do it. Hernandez scores as the Dodgers walk it off, winning 7-6, and they will go for the sweep tomorrow. Wow. Key matchup in that 9th inning, Trent. Former teammates, Kike Hernandez against Kenley Jansen, and Kike wins the battle.
You know, it just seems like every team, if they're going to have a long, successful postseason run, you need that guy with the ability to make some magic. And it's clear that Kike Hernandez is that guy for the Dodgers. I mean, this is a big situation right here, obviously, with Kenley Jansen not giving up a home run all season before this one right there against Hernandez, who's batting 191 on the year coming into this game. That was 94 right down the middle, a mistake. And then in the 10th inning, who else but Kike Hernandez, down by a run, comes up in this spot right here. Again, 2 strikes on him. You had first base open in that situation, so you didn't have to throw a pitch over the middle there. They do anyways, especially with the bottom part of the Dodger lineup following. Again, it's easier and better off to give him a walk than leave him a pitch right down the middle, and Kike Hernandez made him pay. So credit to him for rising up in a big situation. It seems like he has done this throughout his Dodger career, and sure enough, going up against the team that he was with for 2.5 pedestrian seasons as Kike Hernandez continues to haunt Boston.
You watch so much baseball. Kenley Jansen's been really good this year, but he's not good against his former team. Kind of explain this.
It's hard to, and I think probably Dodger fans may be the most critical of Kenley Jansen, remembering his time with the Dodgers. While he had a lot of ups, a lot of times it wasn't easy for Kenley Jansen to get out of some of these games. Since he has been in Boston, he's had a lot of success. Again, that's the first home run he's allowed all season, but being back at the Ravine, he's already made some comments earlier this season that he wants to retire as a Dodger. Well, tonight he helped out his former team by hurting his current one.
Unbelievable finish at the Ravine. Let's talk about the team that you cover daily. Angels won 3 straight before the All-Star break, but reopened last night in Oakland with a 10-run defeat to the A's, who dropped 13 runs on the Halos in a 13-3 rout this afternoon. Oakland picking up right where they left off, bottom 1. No score. Brent Rooker tattooing the Jack Kohonowitz pitch over the wall in left field. It's a 3-run blast, and it's 3-0 A's. 4th frame, A's now up 4-1. Bases loaded. Lawrence Butler slapping this pitch into right, and it's big trouble. Kyle McCann scores. Brett Harris headed home, as is Max Schumann. Butler gets greedy. He's DOA at third right here with a great throw, but the damage is done. It's 7-1 A's. 6th inning, Angels making a bit of noise. Zach Neto at the dish. And this ball is fair down the line past Harris. Taylor Ward scores on the Neto double. And now we have a 7-2 game. But the A's sporting too much cushion in this one. 7th inning, Miguel Andujar cracking his 3rd hit of the afternoon. Angels go down again in Oakland, 8-2 the final. All right. what can we expect from the Angels with the trade deadline coming up? Obviously, they're going to be sellers.
It certainly seems that way. With where the Angels are at this point in the standings, you got to look to see how are you going to improve this good young core that you have. I think the Angel fans and the Angels feel really good about Logan O'Hoppe, Zach Neto, Nolan Shonowell. They've gotten outstanding pitching performances from Jose Soriano and Ben Joyce. There is a core here. I'm calling them the 25U crew of players 25 years and younger that have a chance to impact the organization for a long time. That being said, how are you going to be able to add to that crew? You have Carlos Estevez, who is a very good closer that's on an expiring contract. That's going to be a player that a lot of teams are going to be interested in. The name Tyler Anderson has come up a lot. Now, the interesting part about Anderson is he has another year beyond this season on the contract. So at $13 million a year, it'll be interesting to see what kind of interest there is for Anderson for not just one playoff run, but possibly two. That being said, if the Angels feel like they have a team that can maybe contend in 2025, they're not in really a position right now to be seeing starting pitching, quality starting pitching, walk out the door. So they're in a little bit of an interesting situation with the players they have coming back. At the same time, the players on expiring contracts, especially relievers, probably could be on the move this year.
All right, we are just getting started here. Up next, we are talking Dodgers and their troubled rotation. What should they be looking for at the trade deadline the end of this month? And what teams pose the biggest threat to Dave Roberts' crew's hopes of getting to the World Series once again? We'll be talking about that and more when Sports Wrap continues.
It's just incredible.
It's this ball hard, way back to right field. Soto doesn't even move. Ohtani has homered in the All-Star game.
Quite the start for the National League Tuesday night, but after that, the senior circuit bats went cold in a 5-3 All-Star game defeat. Welcome back to inside our West Los Angeles studios for more Sports Wrap. Gerard Moncure alongside Trent Rush. Shohei Ohtani will likely be a hitter only for the Dodgers this season, no matter how much they could really use another arm or two. This is as bad as it looks. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Walker Buehler, Tyler Glasnow have all pitched this season, but they're all on the IL, although Glasnow expected to be back this coming week. Clayton Kershaw should be coming back soon after off-season shoulder surgery. Bobby Miller was demoted, of course, after a few rough outings. And Dustin May, I mean, how do you even explain this? Hoping to come back. He's going to miss the remainder of the year after surgery on his esophagus. So, Trent, I mean, without really knowing who can be counted on at this point and the trade deadline about 10 days away, what do you see the Dodgers doing? Who do you specifically seeing them go after? Who's out there? What kind of effort are they going to make?
Well, I think a lot of this is going to depend on the status of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, because you look at where some of these Dodger pitchers are starting to make their way back. Clayton Kershaw pitched in a rehab game last night. It looks like he's on the right track. You mentioned Tyler Glasnow could be back soon. On top of that, even Walker Buehler could be back very soon for the Dodgers as he's starting to face live batters. So all that being said, do the Dodgers want to go out and go get the big arms that are potentially available out there? And there's already been some interest that's been expressed in Garrett Crochet, the ace left-hander for the Chicago White Sox. He's 25 years old. I think you make a pretty good case. He's the best pitcher available, maybe not just for today, but for tomorrow and subsequent years. An ERA just to tick over 3. He struck out 150 batters in 107 and a third innings pitched. Here's the deal with Crochet, though. He's going to be as expensive as it gets. You also look at Tarek Skubal of the Detroit Tigers. He is ready now to be an ace of a staff, whether it's in Baltimore, if they want to go get him and add him to what Corbin Burns is doing. Do the Dodgers feel like they need to give up all of their prospect capital to go bring in one of these guys? The price tag is going to be very, very high. So the Dodgers have a decision to make. Do they count on these players that are coming back and go out and get a big-time, potentially available pitcher that's out there, or do they hope these guys come back and at the same time maybe they go make a trade for a middling starting pitcher? I have to think if you're the Dodgers and you want to go make a real run to contend for a World Series this year, you got to go get one of those two guys.
You know, Dodgers have some slumping players that need to find their mojo real quick. In your opinion, who is the guy that needs to step up most for the Blue Crew in the second half of the season?
I think we even saw it a little bit today, and this continues to be an issue for the Dodgers. It's the second half of their lineup. We've discussed how much they need starting pitching. They need help in the back half of that lineup. The top is phenomenal. It's as good as it gets in baseball, but really once you get to about 6 through 9, you start to run into some trouble. The one guy for me today, I was so happy to see him hit a home run, that'd be Gavin Lux, because Gavin Lux is a player hitting just .214 coming into this game today. He's a talented player, but that bottom third, Lux at .214, James Outman 154, Chris Taylor 152. He has to be someone that's going to lead them. I think about where would this team be without Teoscar Hernandez, because he's had to step up and be that guy with Mookie Betts as the next star, but as that next star has moved up a spot in the lineup, that's left that bottom part of the lineup even more vulnerable. But Gavin Lux, to me, I think has to be that guy to take the step, and so far to start the second half, it looks like maybe he's on that track.
Another guy that was red hot before the All-Star break was catcher Will Smith. You know, can you make the argument, Trent, that he's passed JT Realmuto of the Phillies as the best catcher in the National League?
I think there's a fair argument to be made offensively. Realmuto is a better defensive catcher. He is right now. But, boy, Will Smith continues to come up in clutch situations. Another walk-off hit today. There has not been a player in baseball with more at-bats with runners in scoring position other than Will Smith since the start of 2022. So he continues to get opportunities, and he's been raking with guys in scoring position, hitting just a tick under 300. He's a very good clutch hitter. Obviously, Alex Cora respects him, walking him yesterday to get to Freddie Freeman, who goes to hit the game-winning grand slam in that game. Exactly right. So you know that a lot of people around baseball really respect Will Smith. I think when you look at this Dodger lineup and all the talent they have at the top, I think sometimes Will Smith maybe gets lost in the shuffle a little bit, but he shouldn't. He's a tremendous player, obviously an all-star, and I think you can make the case that right now he could be the best catcher in the National League.
He plays for the Phillies. Who should the Dodgers fear in the postseason? Who's at the top of your list right now?
Yeah, it has to be the Phillies, especially when Realmuto comes back. We talk all about these Dodger injuries. Well, the Phillies have been really banged up as well, but they are continuing to win. And really...
今回の動画はいかがでしたか？ぜひご意見ご感想をコメント欄までお願いいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーの最新情報など海外の番組の翻訳をお届けしています。面白いと思っていただけましたら、よかったら高評価とチャンネル登録をお願いします。どんな情報をお届けしたら喜んでいただけるか、ぜひお聞かせください。それではまた次回の動画でお会いいたしましょう。